they're focused on flood relief. And I want to tell you, that makes me so proud that people within our community care. That man up there should take a lesson from his constituents, from his people, because he has failed us over and over again when it comes to disasters in the state of Texas. Why people keep giving him a pass is beyond me. But we got to stand up and we got to make a change. I talked to my niece because when that catastrophic event occurred in Kerrville, she was one of the first ones on the ground. She didn't go to work that day. She went and got her equipment and she went out there with several other people and they started looking for kids, for families, for pets, anyone they could find and anyone they could help. And she said that they were organized. But then she said, Abbott, Trump, Patrick, all of them started to intervene and show up. And she said it became chaotic. Everybody lost focus. People were trying to fight who was in charge. And that's sad that during that moment, other individuals cared more about who's in charge and pat me on my back. Look what I'm doing.
$400 billion surplus.
Yes, thank you. I also want to let people know that we need to let Abbott know that he works for us. That he is the governor of Texas. And in Texas, there are blue and red individuals. And so that does not mean that you just help the red side.
He works for Trump.
You look at all your folks and you address their concerns. So we need to start making it loud and clear that Abbott works for us.
Yes.
Abbott works for us. Abbott works for us. Abbott works for us.
Abbott works for us.
Thank you, thank you. And guess what? It's simple. If you can't get the job done, Abbott, then you need to get out. There's a blue wave coming, and it has started. And we are out here fighting, and our voices are going to be heard.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's why I'm running for 10 congressional districts. Don't realign the districts for me, because I spent 21 years in the Army, and I'll roll up my sleeves, and I will fight with what you give me. I don't need to cheat, and I don't need the help. Yes, ma'am. Hey, I've been cut off over here. I could go for another 20 minutes. But I'm going to end it with saying thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And it's not just for all of Central Texas and all of Texas. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this young lady, you need to. Her name is Amanda Zeroski, and she has suffered and become a fighter for us and everyone else here in Texas, especially women. Talk. Can you hear me?
Thank you. My name is Amanda Zeroski, and I'm a reproductive rights advocate here in Austin. I became an activist in 2022 after being denied care while experiencing a miscarriage at 18 weeks of a baby girl that my husband and I desperately wanted. What I needed was an abortion to save my life, but my doctors couldn't intervene due to the ban in Texas. So instead of receiving standard medical care, I waited for 3 days until I went into septic shock finally meeting the exception in our state to receive critical care. Hours later, I developed sepsis again, twice. Due to the bans passed by Republican extremists in our state, I nearly died. Yet somehow, they say that's pro-life. As a result of the unnecessary harm I suffered, my reproductive organs have been permanently compromised, and I'm unable to carry a child again. I don't see how that's pro-life.
Right.
Now, our state legislature has an enormous opportunity to actually pass legislation that will save lives. In the special session that begins tomorrow, lawmakers should absolutely, undoubtedly focus their efforts on passing legislation that will aid in relief for the devastating flooding that impacted our central Texas neighbors. Yet, for some reason, one of the governor's top priorities seems to be yet another attack on women's reproductive care. High on the list of items to address in this special session is a bill that will restrict medication abortion, which has not only been proven as safe and effective for more than 50 years, but it's also commonly used in life-saving, critical maternal health care. There is nothing pro-life about restricting life-saving medication. If the governor and his Republican allies are truly as pro-life as they say they are, they will focus a special session only on helping the victims of the recent flooding. It is their responsibility to do so, and to prioritize absolutely anything else would be an egregious and abhorrent misuse of their power. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, we have a council member, Austin City Council member here right now. This is Councilman Zoadri.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Councilmember Zoadri. I'm so excited and thankful to be here with y'all. Before I get into my little speech, I do want to address something Adana had said. She downplayed who she is. I think Adana is the best of Texas. I think many folks behind me, in front of me, are the best of Texas that give me hope that one day we're going to actually have a state government that does right by people. We're going to have a state government. We're going to have a state government that gives a damn, and we're going to have a state government that, when our most vulnerable communities need help, when we have disasters that we just saw happen in Kerr County, but also disasters that we saw happen in 2023, where we're going to have a state government that is there for the people and not just playing politics. So I'm really excited to be here, but I kind of wish I wasn't. Because we're not here today because of politics or because of helping people. We're here because of power and the abuse of it. This isn't just another special session. It's hijacking of our democracy in broad daylight. Mid-decade redistricting is nearly unprecedented. Why? Because even those who normally abuse power usually wait until the next census comes out. It's not about representation, it's about retribution. It's about Abbott drawing the maps so he could do right by Donald Trump. Because when the president calls, Abbott answers. Not with solutions for Texans, but pens ready to redraw the party's political future. So let's be clear, we're not fixing any problems. We're fixing the futures of those in power. This week should be focused on finding the missing, mourning those that we've lost, and repairing everything after the floods. But instead, Greg Abbott is using the deaths of hundreds of our neighbors to play political games. And like I said, this isn't new. In 2023, when we had a freeze and people died and we needed to fix the damn grid, what did Abbott do? He went after the trans community.
Shame.
And he's doing it again. He's bringing folks back to the Capitol to ram through an agenda that attacks women's rights, that attacks LGBTQIA plus Texans, and it attacks the very communities of color that are still drying out from the storm.
And that's political.
That's political. We don't need a map we don't need a map to know where real leadership lives. It's not at the governor's mansion. It's when communities show up to take care of their fellow neighbors. Austin didn't wait for a press release. We moved on. As your city council member that represents District 9, I was proud to work with Mayor Watson to demand FEMA reinstate $50 million from flood mitigation grant that Abbott and others took away. That's not politics, that's preparedness. And that's what Texans deserve. And what Greg Abbott is afraid of doing. What Abbott and Trump are doing isn't governing, it's cheating. Because while neighbors were drowning and many others were missing, Abbott was scheming. Abbott is using floodwaters as political camouflage and redrawing maps in the mud of corruption. He's not responding to a disaster, he's capitalizing on it.
Shame.
And we see what's happening, we know the playbook. It's not about safety, it's not about representation, it's about keeping power no matter the cost. But the people of Texas are not pawns in a political game, and we will not be erased. Our communities are still grieving, we're still rebuilding, but we're still showing up. So I'm so thankful for everyone being out here today, but just remember, today's not even day one. Day one starts tomorrow at the Capitol, and we're gonna keep on fighting. We're gonna make sure our voices are heard at the Capitol, and we're gonna make sure our voices are heard at the ballot box.
Thank you so much. All right, before I introduce Sophia, I just want you to look around, because I am one of the oldest people here. I am one of the oldest people here. But when my friends tell me we need to get more young people involved, I tell them you need to come and be with me. You need to come and see who I see right now standing here at this rally. We love you. We love you being here. We need you now more than ever. So thank you, all of you. Those of you septuagenarians, octogenarians, and those of you who are just starting your journey, like Sophia.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Sophia Marteau. I'm an Austinite, born and raised. I am absolutely outraged that the governor, who gets paid with our tax dollars, is calling a special session where the first day they're going to talk about the bathroom bill. Is this a joke? We still don't have an accurate count of the missing in Williamson and Travis County. Thousands of families are out of homes, they've lost their vehicles, they're out of work. Why are nonprofits and individuals crowdfunding to keep people in hotels? Where is the state government? Why is HEB getting to flood-impacted areas before the governor? Why are we paying these people salaries if they don't do anything to protect us? I am disgusted by people who have access to power to protect their community and choose instead to weaponize a crisis, as people have very eloquently talked about, for their own personal fascist agenda. Nobody in Texas cares who's going to the bathroom. We have much bigger problems. Texas is the state with the highest amount of ICE kidnappings. FEMA is nowhere to be found. We have so many problems that Texans call the governor about, and instead he wants to talk about making individuals that he knows more secure in their power because they can't win elections anymore. It is very obvious that redistricting outside of new census data is about coalescing power, because we are seeing elections all over the country where seats are getting flipped, where Democrats are being primaried by younger Democrats. I'm a big fan of that. Where Republicans are losing their seat and losing their grip on power. We have people in the state of Texas, like the governor, who have lost their grip on reality. The reality, Governor, is that you work for me, and you work for my neighbors, and you work for Kerrville and Travis and Burnett County. You work for Sandy Creek and Marble Falls and San Saba. So this is what we're going to do about it. This week, the special session starts up. Monday is the first day that you can walk into your house and meet with your employees and tell them what you want them to focus on this special session. We pay for that building, we pay for everybody who works in that building, and it is our responsibility to self-govern. It is absolutely essential that before Wednesday, every Texan goes to comments.house.texas.gov and submit a comment for flooding and disaster relief. We need HB 13 passed. I want to talk about this really briefly because this is very important and it points out the hypocrisy of the special session. HB 13 was added to the regular session by King, who is a Republican. They already have this bill written, and the bill would put together a grant program for counties and municipalities to be able to ask for grants from the state for flood siren early warning systems. The very systems that they didn't have at the camps and neighborhoods where hundreds of children and families died. So we need to be on the phone with our representatives. We need to be taking a couple hours of work off this week and visiting our representatives, and we need to be leaving public comments, because how dare they talk about anything that is not flood relief when families are still unhoused and they still cannot find their loved ones. Shame. This is outrageous.
Shame.
Focus on flooding.
Focus on flooding. Focus on flooding. Focus on flooding. Focus on flooding. Focus on flooding. Focus on flooding.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had planned on that being the last speaker, except for Pooja. But a young lady just walked up to me. We do have a doctor in the house. Her name is Dr. Kristen Hook, and she is from the Kerrville area. I want to give her just a couple of minutes to speak to you.
How's this? Sound good? Okay. My name is Dr. Kristen Hook, and I'm a DOGE-impacted federal scientist. And I ran for Congress the last election year in one of the most gerrymandered districts here in Texas. So I don't have to tell you that I lost my race, but one of the Chip Roy. One of the counties in our district is Kerr County. I spent a lot of time there. I'm not from there, but I spent a lot of time there on my campaign over the last year. And I don't know about you, but I am devastated for our neighboring community and what they have just gone through. We need leaders who are going to address climate change, not give us thoughts and prayers after disaster strikes. I just wanted to share with you something that I've been thinking about a lot from all of the conversations of people that I met over the last year in Kerrville. One of my favorite things to ask people on the campaign trail is, what's the most important issue to you? And the thing that I heard over and over again from people, especially in rural Texas, but in Kerrville, was democracy. That is what I heard over and over again from people in Kerrville. And this, right now, what Governor Abbott and Trump are doing is a slap in the face to the people of Kerrville. But they should be focused on disaster relief, not on rigging our political systems any further than they already are.
Stop gerrymandering.
This is a call to action. I was just with a few folks here a few nights ago at a random bar here in town, and we asked the people sitting next to us randomly, hey, do you know what's going on at the Capitol? They have no idea. They have no idea what is happening. So my call to action for everyone here right now, you clearly care about what's happening. Keep talking about it and let everyone you know about what is happening and what they're trying to do to thwart our democracy. This isn't just a power grab. This is a way for Trump to deny accountability for what he is doing to our community and our society, and we will not stand for it.
I want to do something right now that is going to surprise some of you. If you want to get in touch, if you want to know more about what goes on over there, if you want to meet me sometime at the Capitol and have me just show you around and show you how things work, my number is 847-508-2156. If you didn't get that, see me afterwards. Half of Travis County has it anyway, so a lot of these people have it in their speed dial. Call me. I am here, and I want you to be part of it too. It's not rocket science, but it is depressing. I'm not going to tell you that it's a lot of fun.
But I doubt it's a good time.
So anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that.
What was that number again?
847-508-2156. All right? All right. We are having some events here tomorrow at the Capitol, 12 to 2. 12 to 2 tomorrow. Hands Off Central Texas is doing an event here from 12 to 2. And then they're doing office visits at 2 o'clock. I'm going to be here a little bit earlier than that. Now, that's at the Capitol, not at the mansion, at the Capitol. So I'll send that out to you. So call me if you want more information on that. And we're going to be just kind of visiting with each other here for a few minutes. But first, I want you to hear a wrap up from Who Just Said to You.
Thank you, everyone. One, if there's any questions. Two, thank you to everyone who showed up. This is a very last-minute press conference that we did, but I want everyone to know this is just the start of what we're going to be doing this special session. This is not the end. We are going to have them hear us every single day for the next 30 days until they have to wrap up. This is not over. We are fighting for Texas, and we know our fight is out there. So thank you. Were there any questions? Are we good? Okay, perfect. Thank you.
My ledge lady, like Susanna Carranza, the warrior, just said, if you have time right now and want to go with her and just go into the Capitol, you can cool off, just for one thing, and you can just check things out and see where everything is and get ready for tomorrow. We need to talk about this every day, in every way, to every single person you know.
Thank you all. Did you need interviews with any?